Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and this is Richard. So today is Friday. I don't know what day it is, but it's Friday. I don't know, somewhere around, I don't know. Anyway, it's not Christmas yet, I know that. It's fantastic out here. I don't know what the weather is, but it's mid-late December, and I'm out here in just my shirt. See here. I do have my compass with me today, right here. I'll tell you right now, the back azimuth is 250 degrees, so I won't be getting lost. Put that back on me here. There we go. So I just know that when I turn around and go back, and there's the house right there. I know when I turn around and go back, I just have to hit 250 degrees and I'll get back to where I need to go. It's not a problem. So I was out here for a short period of time, like 5 minutes, a little while ago, looking around. I didn't get very far. Decided to run back and get my camera. I didn't have my camera with me. I did tell you, I think I told you, we're in South Carolina. I don't know if I told you or not, but if I forgot to tell you, we're in South Carolina right now. Let's see. This town is called Blythesville, I think it is. I think it's called Blythesville. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. We're a few miles away from Columbia. Anyway, there's a lot of pine trees around here, and this is really fantastic. My wife says this reminds her of Michigan. She spent a lot of time up in Michigan, and she says this reminds her of Michigan. Again, I haven't done a lot of videoing in the last handful of days because we've been kind of relaxing. We are staying with my ex-wife and my 2 kids. Her and I get along really well. As a matter of fact, she gets along with 2 of her 3 ex-husbands quite well, and she hangs out with me, which is her first husband, and she hangs out with her second husband when he's around. Or I'm sorry, her third husband, not her second husband. So it's kind of hard to keep track. But we're actually staying in the van. We're sleeping in the van, although she did offer to let us crash in the house. We want to stay out in the van. But I'm hanging out with my kids, Laura and Richard, and having a good old time with them. They're both adults, and they have their routines, and I think I've kind of interfered a little bit with their routines because I want to hang out with them, but you know, I don't want to interfere too much, but I still want to hang out with them while I'm here. So let's see what's been going on so far. I have contacted 4 or 5 dojos about training, and because of Christmas, a lot of them aren't going to be opened anytime soon. And the funny thing is just about every one of them I contacted, the only day they really train is on Thursday. I've had a couple that train on Monday and Thursday. I had one that trained on Wednesday and Thursday, but all of them Thursday is the main day for training. So I may, if I'm lucky enough to get one training day in the 2 weeks we're here, I'm going to have to decide which one of these dojos I want to go to. I plan on going the Thursday after Christmas and training one day. I'm really leaning towards a Fudoshin dojo and maybe training with them. That's what I'm leaning towards. Although there are 2 Aikido dojos close by. There is a Filipino Arnis dojo that's close by, and I can't remember what the other couple that I did find the closest dojo, ironically, isn't really a dojo, it's a dojang. The closest one is about 12 miles down the road, and it's a Taekwondo school. And I would show up to that one and maybe even train once if I couldn't find anything else. But so I'm just kind of meandering around the woods here, not really paying attention to where I'm going as far as behind me, because I have my azimuth, so I'm good to go. So I can't really tell if well, here's a trail. I don't know where this stuff leads. There's a lot of woods around here, and you could get lost forever in these woods, which, you know, I might end up doing. So we'll just roam around here for a few minutes, make sure I get some South Carolina woods in, just in case I don't get any time to do any more. Really different than the Kentucky woods and the Tennessee woods. Very different. So the Tennessee and Kentucky woods, I didn't really find any real pine trees, a lot of pine trees. And, well, let's see. Now, Jeff had a lot, I guess, in his yard in Kentucky, but it's pretty crazy out here. I like it. This is nice. This is very nice. I say I could get used to being out here. It's definitely not as hilly and mountainous and windy and wavy as what we were used to the last week or so. I think I'll come out here and walk more into the more open, non-dense version of the woods. So I hope you guys are enjoying my travels. I am enjoying them tremendously. It's just it's been a super fantastic experience for not only myself but for my wife. We've had a great time traveling around, and early tomorrow morning we are going to take off for the day, and we're going to go to North Carolina and meet up with a high school friend of hers who actually lives in Wisconsin, but she's in North Carolina right now visiting one of her kids, and we're going to meet halfway from where she's at to where we're at. And I'd tell you where it's at, but I don't really remember where that is going to be. But tomorrow we're going to go do that. We're going to go visit her for the day. And depending on where it is compared to some other things, we might spend the whole day and maybe even the night in North Carolina. I kind of mentioned to Michelle that I would like to just maybe spend the night in North Carolina to give Pam, my ex-wife, and the kids a little bit of time away from us, because we've been around them for 3-4 days now, and they're not used to a lot of company, especially company that is going to stay for 2 weeks. So we'll see. We may or may not stay in North Carolina overnight. We did go through North Carolina a little bit on the way here to South Carolina, but we are not considering that as being in North Carolina, because we just drove through the very, very small patch of it just to get here. So we're not going to consider that actually staying in North Carolina. So got another patch of pines here. Let me see here. Let's see what we got here. Turn this around. We are headed northeast. Yeah, all right, we're good. Yeah, the house is somewhat to my west, or to the west, and I'm headed northeast right now. I'm gonna cruise around here for a while and kind of check this out. It's interesting because, I mean, it's like a little break. These woods here, and then you have this little section. You can see it right here, look at this. It's kind of like it's just absolutely two different things. You got the woods over here, and then boom, it just breaks right into these pines. That's kind of interesting to see. So I think I'm going to go right down in between these for now. Big old squirrel nest right up there. See what I can find here. Now they have really little, small, grayish squirrels here. I haven't really seen the fox squirrels that I'm used to in Indiana around here. Seen several deer. Been several deer running around. Yeah, it looks like this is a path. Look at that. I don't know if you can kind of see on the camera. And obviously there's been people out here. There are people marking the trail, or marking the trees. So I'm gonna follow this, just see where it goes. Oh, there's a nice little nest right there. Look at that. That's fantastic. That's cool. I like that. Oh, hey, look. There's an old deer stand. Very old, too. I don't even think, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to go up there. Yeah, it's got to be pretty bad for me not to want to go up it. But look at that. Yeah, that's a jacked up deer stand right there. Yeah, I don't even think those ladder would hold me. I'm not going any So anyway, there's a deer stand, so clearly there's people out here, and this looks like it, at least at one point, it was a decent sized trail or even something that a car would drive on. Looks like it goes back in there too. I think I'm going to stay here and walk this. Yeah, I don't have any real fear of being lost this time because I have my compass with me and I have a back azimuth, so all I have to do is hit that back azimuth and I'll head right back to where I was at. There's a nice little hill looking thing right over there. These are some nice woods, and not only are these fantastic woods, but it is nice out here today. I mean, I came from Indiana weather. There's a trail right there. Yeah, I came from weather in Indiana, and last I heard, they were getting 3 or 4 inches of snow, and it was getting in the negatives and all kinds of craziness. And it's got to be at least mid-60s here. The sun is out. The weather's fantastic. There's a little creek bed. Let's get back over here so you can see, not just looking at my old ugly mug. There's a little creek bed. Look at that. A little windy creek bed right here. Fantastic.